cleaner, or is this a one-off clean?
No, I'd like to arrange to have someone come in once a week.
Right. Now, let's just get a bit of information about the house. How many bedrooms does it have?
3.
Are they all double bedrooms?
Well, one of the bedrooms is quite small, so it's probably really 2 double rooms.
Right.
We have the small bedroom set up as an office.
Okay. And just a standard kitchen, lounge, dining room and bathroom?
Well, actually, we don't have a separate dining room. It's a kitchen diner. Then there's the lounge, and as well as that, we have a family room. Oh, and 2 bathrooms.
Right. That's all I need to know about the house itself. Now, what we do is we offer a basic cleaning service, and then you let us know about anything extra you'd like cleaned.
Right. And what does the basic service include?
We clean all the floors and surfaces and do a basic clean in the kitchen and bathroom.
OK, that sounds good. Oh, and do you clean windows?
Well, I'm afraid we don't do that, health and safety regulations, but we do offer other special services. We can put clean sheets on the beds, for example.
Uh-huh.
Or we can clean out your fridge. A lot of people like that done.
I'm not so worried about that, but I would like the sheets changed.
That's no problem, we can do that.
What about the carpet?
As well as the standard vacuum, we can shampoo it if you want.
Right. We've got young children, so it gets pretty dirty. I haven't had it done for 6 months. It really needs doing more often than that.
You can have it done every month if you like, but 3 months is what we usually recommend.
That sounds good. The only other thing is the washing. Do you do laundry work?
Yes, we do. That's no problem. What exactly would you like done?
Well, it's no problem to put a load of washing in the machine. I can do that, but I would like to have the ironing done.
That's fine. And would you like the washing put away in drawers or wardrobes?
No, it's okay. You can just leave everything out and fold it up.
Okay, right. Now, I'll just set up an account for you and I'll take down some of your details. First of all, what's your full name?
It's Rose Kelly.
And could I have your home address, please, Mrs. Kelly?
Yes, it's 48 Amy's Road. That's A-M-Y-E-S. And that's in Mount Eden.
Okay. Now, what day of the week would you like the property cleaned?
It doesn't really matter. Not Monday, but any other day.
Okay, let's see. We have a cleaner in your area later on Thursday, so shall we go for that day? We could have someone there by about 9:30 in the morning. Does that suit you?
Yes, that's fine. And do you charge an hourly rate or a total for the whole job?
No, we charge by the hour. It will work out to about $25 per hour.
Oh, that's quite reasonable. I thought it might be closer to $30. And how long do you expect it to take?
Well, you said the house isn't large, so I'd guess no more than 3 hours at the most. We can occasionally finish a 3-bedroom in 2.5, but that's probably not too realistic.
Right, that sounds good.
Okay, that's lovely. Thank you very much, and we'll have someone there next week.
Thank you.
2.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'll give you a bit of background to the museum and then tell you about some of the galleries. You probably won't have time to see everything today, so what I recommend you do is go to the Egyptian room first, because it's everyone's favourite place and it gets very crowded with the school parties later in the day. Oh, and I should mention that the photography gallery is undergoing refurbishment at the moment, so while that's definitely worth seeing, it'll have to wait for another time. Now, the actual museum building itself is quite interesting. It was designed by a local architect called William Craven in the 19th century, at a time when the city was developing rapidly, with new factories to cope with the expansion of the textile industry. The museum's built in a very similar style to the railway station, which was constructed at around the same time. That was designed by another architect, but William Craven did also provide the plans for the town hall, which was built just a few years later. Construction of the museum began in 1888 with a large team of carpenters, stonemasons, and builders. Then, in recent years, it's been extensively refurbished. The lovely big windows have been retained to let the daylight flood in, but the award-winning part of the project was the restoration of the area around the central hall. In particular, the beautiful wrought iron staircase, which was brought back to its former glory. Unfortunately, the museum's original tiled floor had to be replaced with new tiles of a similar design. It was a very expensive project, and since we don't charge admission fees, we had to find other ways of funding it. We did get some money from the Department of Culture at national level, but we had even more generous support from companies and industries here in the city who were our main benefactors. However, we do also depend on donations from people living in the area for the ongoing maintenance of the building. So, how will the museum mainly be spending its money in the next 5 years? We already work with schools and colleges, helping people get a better understanding of all the creative disciplines. We consider the most important part of our work the restoration of the valuable historical objects we are lucky enough to have in our possession, and this will continue to be where the most funding is allocated. Of course, it would be wonderful to purchase new objects for the museum, but we simply don't have the space at the moment. Well, we do hope you enjoy your day today, but if you would like to learn more about our exhibits on display here, I suggest you come to one of the Saturday morning lectures which are given every month by one of our team of experts. Of course, you can pick up leaflets about the exhibits and most of the galleries too, but you'll only get a basic introduction from those. We're also working to update our website so that it provides more background on the exhibits, but that's still at the planning stage. Okay, now let me just tell you a bit about what's on at the moment. Well, we're very well known for our collection of 18th century paintings, both oils and watercolours. Some of these are English landscapes and portraits, but we also have paintings by other European artists who were working during this period. If you're interested in art that's a bit nearer home, the Farnley collection is a set of drawings by Paul Farnley. He was born in Ireland, but he came to work here in the city in the early 20th century and then made it his home. He worked in a factory but spent his spare time drawing the buildings and urban landscape of the city, and his work has now been collected and displayed here. On a more practical note, we have a display of kitchen appliances which might interest you. These are the sorts of things you wouldn't normally expect to see in a museum. There's an electric potato peeler from the 1970s, which sold really well at the time, but no one's got one now. There are lots of other similar appliances, which must have seemed like great ideas at the time, but which never took off. You might also like to visit the fashion gallery. This is an exhibition which is running for the next few weeks only and shows men's and women's fashion from 1900 to 2000, including some of the famous designers of the time.
Section 3.
Hi Francis, Sam. So, how did you go with applying the different theoretical business tools for the report I asked you to write?
It was interesting and made us really focus on which tool was best to use when analysing a business.
Good. So, tell me what you found out.
We liked the theory behind pest analysis. That's political, economic, social and technological, although we're not sure if it was very applicable to our case. Some of the other groups had studies for which it worked really well, and they said it was easy to use. But I felt it focused too much on the big picture and was unsuitable for our company.
I agree. On the other hand, I enjoyed using the drill-down method. It was painstaking to do, and we seemed to be working on it for ages. But the results were worth waiting for.
Yes, I liked the way it eventually broke down complex problems.
Yes, I much prefer doing the PMI analysis.